bonus.
Don't read a little bit until the other turn. Okay? Right? Yes. Yay!
Let's see, there's 2, 3.
And then you need to. I don't know what you just said, Scott. So I don't know if you told him to give us permissions or not.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Hey D, is the new guy that I can't remember his name? Is he joining us?
No one specifically invited him, so I imagine not.
All right.
He's also out of town for a minute.
Okay.
Weekend. But if y'all wanted an extra player, I'm sure he would enjoy it.
I am just curious.
Well,
I don't have an opinion one way or
Yeah,
another.
I don't either. I guess the main question is, how many players does this module support?
This town's not big enough for all of us.
One
See,
for
that's a
each
good
of the 10
question.
towns.
Is it
That's a
players or
great
characters?
It is an adventure for characters of levels 1 to 11.
There is, 1 to 11. I assume probably 4 to 5 players, because that's generally,
It's pretty consistent.
yeah,
4 to 6 characters.
4 to 6. Okay, so
Optimized for 4 to 6. So if
We
you wanted to
could-
be an adventuring troop,
we could have him in.
I could invite my brother Jacob.
Will Jacob be consistent,
fun.
though?
Probably.
Well, remember when
You know
he
what?
sat in for the game last time, and he was just
Josh.
like, yeah, you're right. Your brother Jacob, not your cousin Josh. The Jays got me.
I can't put any direct pressure on Josh. He does whatever he wants. He was like, man, I thought there'd be a lot more fighting. I was like, it's a role-playing game.
Well,
The
play
fighting is
video game, man.
boring.
Right. So how do I do permissions?
So now that you've created those character sheets, click on them, and then you'll see in the top right, edit, and then it should bring
Got it.
up stuff, and then you can say assign the playbook to, or assign token access and
Be
playbook
edited,
access
controlled
to.
by.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. I'll try not to do that too much. I'm gonna brush up on it some more.
So the most important, I assume that this module has dynamic lighting built into it in some fashion.
Probably. I would hope so. For how much was it? $50?
Yeah. So that if we are in a low visibility environment and you need to know who sees what, you can control, I think it's Control L after you select a token to see what they see on the map. That's a very important thing to have. I use that constantly when I was doing dynamic lighting, just to make sure you guys weren't seeing stuff that you weren't supposed to see yet.
Yeah, I'll go. GM notes.
Yeah, whatever you type in that GM notes box, we'll we won't be able to read it, but it'll be there for you in case you need to make a note about a character.
How do I actually type on that?
Once you click edit.
Ah, there it is. Got it. Okay. Oh, Icewind Dale rhymes with Frost Maiden. Anybody familiar with Icewind Dale?
You know
Nope.
I am,
Yeah.
Jeff. You know I am.
I don't know shit.
I'm
So
probably the least familiar with it out of all of us.
I read the
I'm definitely the least familiar with it.
I read the synopsis, like the back of the book synopsis for this guy earlier, and I think this takes place in current year timeline.
Believe it does.
So that means that the Icewind Dale trilogy, the Crystal Shard and all that, took place like 100 years ago at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, something
So-
like that.
All the Dritz stuff was 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It means that there's a
Roughly.
statue of him somewhere.
That should tell you.
Yep.
Did we lose you, D?
I'm working on my camera.
Oh.
We're waiting.
Let's see. Up here it is. Takes place in the winter of 1489 DR.
Yeah.
More than a century after the events chronicled in R.A. Salvatore's novel, The Crystal Shard.
Awesome.
Hold on a second.
What?
It is a jumping spider.
Excellent.
A new pet.
I just found it in our room.
Yeah.
You say new pet. Somebody might say new snack.
I found one in the mailbox the day before yesterday. I put my hand out and it just jumped right into my hand. It's like, all right, new pet, sweet. Can't give it here. How do I open this thing? You can't give it here.
So
No.
is this
Sorry,
mostly
Alex.
like outside world, or like is it?
Yes.
It's not very urban, right?
So
It's small towns in the Icewind Dale setting.
they call them the 10 towns because it's literally 10 different towns across three lakes that sit near each other.
Okay.
The fish bones there are highly sought after.
Yeah. So, yeah, most of the campaign takes place out in the open. I mean, it's up north. In case you hadn't noticed, there's a lot of blue in this picture. Frozen dude laying in the ground. That's pretty indicative of the entire setting. It's the frozen north. This is as far north as civilization reaches before it turns into basically just nothing. And there's a small cluster of towns called the 10 Towns. Do you hear?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, there's a small cluster of towns up in the north. It's the 10 Towns. Let's see. Does it say?
I still don't see any character sheets, by the way.
They're not visible?
No.
No.
Let's see. Show to players. Ah,
All right.
would
There's
help,
Sean.
wouldn't it?
There's
I
Sean.
could see me.
There's mine.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
these.
beautiful.
What about that?
Use
Missed
character
a
manager.
step.
All right, let's talk about some synergy, and the reason we're all here, character-wise,
Yeah.
because in the last campaign, I don't think there was a reason for our group to be together other than they were.
No. so
Best
Jeff,
guys.
so Jeff, can you give us a kind of reason why we're all in the 10 towns coming into this, so we can kind of work off that?
Well, I could give you the cold open. Would that be good? Get it? Cold open.
I love it. Do it.
Tee hee.
Okay. And let me know if I start breaking up or some bullshit.
You immediately started sounding like a robot while you were saying that.
Not to me.
Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as the king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Auril, the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. Shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. The Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as the Tin Towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, Tin Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. So
Auril. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, so Auril has basically locked 10 towns into perpetual winter, and we need to figure out why. That seems to be the relative gist of it so far.
It's not
People
even just perpetual winter. Like the sun just doesn't even come up anymore. It's just dark. I think when the middle of what should be daytime, it's just like a gray haze instead of it just being pitch black.
See, that's funny to me, considering that Auril is a lesser deity. She shouldn't have the power to do this. You'd think. Okay, so we are.
Meta.
I mean, I already
People are
knew that
familiar-
because
people
I
are
played.
fami-
She's one of the more
Yeah.
well-known lesser deities, though.
She's not like some obscure like
Mm-mm.
frost goddess that lives off, that's worshipped by like a minor tribe of some sort or another. Like she is the goddess of frost. She's just a
Yeah.
lesser deity because wants to worship her, buddy.
I absolutely now want to play like a cleric or a paladin of some fire god and be like, I'm here to melt you.
You know, I was
Do
thinking
that.
of playing like somebody who just hates the cold with a passion.
Yeah, you should be a turtle, and you should be in 10 towns going, why the fuck am I here?
The heat. What is it? The heat miser. Is that him?
Okay, so I guess we should first decide on how we would all know each other. Did we come in as a group together into the 10 towns, or did we meet up through a call to adventure via one of the 10 towns mayors, so on and so forth?
I propose this. We are a family of dwarfs.
Why? Every time it's what you want.
Could be fun. It would give us an instant relationship between all the characters. We could always talk bullshit about backstory. Like whenever say me and you D wanted to do a combo move, and I'd be like, remember that time when we fought some stone giants on a mountain and I threw you? Or something like that.
You know, we could bullshit our way into the halls of Brunor.
I don't know what that is, but I like it.
Well, here.
He's one of
It's
the
also.
he's one of the dwarves that lived in Icewind Dale about 100 years back.
How long do dwarves live?
Long time.
Long
But
time.
he's moved on. He's moved on because he's one of the main characters of the whole like Icewind Dale trilogy and so on and so forth and all that noise.
So he is not. Is he an adventurer still?
He's getting too old for this. Beep.
Could he,
Yeah.
could he be Granddaddy Brunor?
Granddaddy Brunor. I mean, I personally would not be surprised if in some capacity he showed up in this module. but we'll find out. Like, I don't know anything about this module other than it's Icewind Dale, and I love the Icewind Dale setting. So,
I'm looking to see, there is a character creation. Here we go. This has got character hooks.
so does
Am I
any
supposed to show this to you guys?
probably not.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any ideas on characters outside of Sean's crazy idea?
Not really. I was curious what races we're gonna have access to. I was trying to figure that out, but all I can see are players' handbook characters, races.
There's nothing in Xanthar's, and I think we have access to Xanthar stuff. It just
Oh,
gives
there's nothing.
expansion. It just gives
Okay.
it.
You
Yeah,
do have
expansion
access to
on-
Volo's guide.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
Do we?
Okay.
Player's Handbook contains character backgrounds that are all well suited for this adventure. If your players are having trouble fleshing out their characters' backgrounds with details about Icewind Dale, share the suggestions from the character hooks tied to backgrounds table with them.
Yeah, go.
This table
Yeah,
right
go.
here.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and share it.
I can go off on that.
Show all players.
You guys see that?
Character, I see
Yeah.
player handout secrets.
Yeah,
You're right. That's
clicking on it does nothing.
Boo.
Nothing?
I want to be the
Are
scared
those-
chick.
Are those notes in your GM notes?
It was just the picture.
Oh, yeah, hold on. So where's that table? Yeah, see, this is gonna take some getting used to.
Don't
That's
worry
why it's
about
good
it.
that we do this.
That's why session 0 is always good.
So just read down to the. See, so character hooks, read that.
We don't have that.
We
We have
don't
the
have
picture
anything.
and then the link player art handout secrets.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you just shared the picture with us.
Oh, it's a nice picture though, isn't it?
I like the thing coming.
Like
I
it.
like the chest burster.
It's like, who wants to be the
Those mine
scared
and
girl?
I can
Who
get
wants
it
to be
back.
the scared guy? Who wants to be the lizard creature? I want that to be Sean. Hello, well met.
Hail and well met.
Yes.
Would you let me burrow inside you?
I would definitely play a demon worm.
Hope they smell bad from the outside.
Be nice if it gave you a way to just click on that table and share it, because it says right there, share this table.
Yeah, how much text is there?
It's not that much. I could copy and paste it.
Take a picture
yeah,
of
copy
it.
and paste it. Yeah, or do that and post it in the Discord.
But copy and paste.
So you said you wanted to be a spear chick? You don't want to be a monk again? You don't want to absolutely dominate combat all the time?
No monk.
So I had a few ideas for characters that I wanted to play, and I came up with just a couple of class/race combinations just based on maybe what other people had in mind, just to kind of cover all the bases. So I basically pulled all of my ideas from Xanthar since it had, additional subclasses for each class type. So for the first one, I had an idea for a dwarf fighter that is an arcane archer. So basically an elemental archer that's also a fighter. But I wouldn't get that till the 3rd level. I also thought about doing like a dragonborn casting class, either a wizard or a sorcerer. An elf cleric, but a grave domain elf cleric. So they basically hunt down the undead on behalf of a deity. A half-elf bard that has taken the College of Swords, so he's a fighter bard basically.
I was coming up with that too, but that was my spoof on Barry, the character Barry
From what?
From Barry?
Joe Barry.
Oh,
God, that would be crazy.
and then the last one I have is a half-orc barbarian that has taken the path of the Storm Herald. So basically, an elemental barbarian. Really, I'm down to play any of these classes because I like all of the ideas of them.
Anything will work, really.
Hell
And
yeah.
This tab right here it says if they're having trouble. If you guys want to just create your own thing.
That's-
The only ideas I had just sitting here, and since I have no pre-planning, I don't care what I am. But I was thinking tiefling could be fun, and maybe either barbarian or ranger, and be sort of
So
also
do you
druid. Druid would be fun. I've done that.
Druid would be good.
Mhm.
Like in the Icewind Dale game, there's specifically a quest where there's a whole town that is literally kept warm by a druid.
Yeah.
I was about to say I could be a druid, and like my motivation could be to try and bring back nature because this is all a natural and killing plants.
It's all bullshit.
Bullshit.
This is all stuff like acolyte, charlatan, criminal, entertainer, folk hero, guard, guild,
Oh, that's-
artisan.
Yeah, that's
hermit.
the stuff that's in the player's handbook.
I don't care about I don't care about the functional backgrounds. I care about how our characters know each other.
Yeah. So, are we an already established character group, or were we assembled by one of the towns basically to investigate the mystery? Are we strangers, or do we already know each other? I would say we should probably. I think the last campaign we were just kind of strangers that kind of got used to each other.
What level does this start on?
One.
One.
One lends itself more to not maybe knowing each other, but you're not really a group yet.
I request that someone know me so I can shoot shit with someone.
If you'll be
I'm
nice
probably
to me
working
this
on
time.
some
I cannot
sort of
guarantee that,
backstory.
and it's unlikely.
Well,
I'm working in some sort of backstory with you. I don't know if I'll be a dwarf. I might. I don't know.
Since no one sounded excited about my dwarf family idea, I'm currently looking at a goblin rogue.
Ooh, that'd be fun. I want to see you as a rogue.
I want
We
to
do
see
an
me as a
excuse to go after
goblin.
all the shiny things.
well,
How do you
just
get-
remember something to remember about the 10 towns is that while unsavory characters are welcome, goblinoids, orcs probably aren't the most welcome since there's frequent attacks by those. There's a lot of goblin caves, a lot of orcs.
Yeah. Oh,
This
the
is
10
like
towns
their-
are mostly human.
Okay, you're making
Yeah,
me.
You have
That's
you have the-
helpful.
Then you have the barbarian tribes that live out on the open plains. There's really not a lot of variety in the 10 towns. It's mostly human.
They welcome outcasts.
Yeah.
Tieflings
Ex-
would be good.
Except
drow, whatever.
except a certain drow at first.
So, with that in mind, that goblins are not welcome. That has not deterred me from wanting to be a goblin. It has encouraged me. And
Yeah, if you like,
and
you
now
like
I'm
casual
specking-
racism, go for it.
like now
You're
I'm
only,
picking skills that are like deception and persuasion.
You're only inviting aggression to basically all conversation,
I'm,
or just the cold shoulder from all of the humans, is they won't want to talk to you.
I will wear a cloak and act like I'm a halfling.
Ah,
Another option is
Ma-
that
guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Eating.
another option is that
Steady.
everyone could be born and raised in Icewind Dale.
Mm-hmm.
You could be a barbarian.
Yeah, we could. I mean, that would be an easy way for us to know each other.
We all went to school together.
Yeah.
at
something like
Icewind Dale Academy for
Yeah.
youngsters and orphans.
Hunting,
Icewind Dale
rainbow
High.
hunting.
that.
If I'm gonna be from
Degrassi.
Icewind Dale, I'm gonna be a dwarf.
Lots of
I'm
dwarves.
trying to think about being a dwarf now.
I'm gonna
Sean.
I'm gonna be a a dwarf from the Brunar's halls.
Let's do it.
Roll.
Let's do it. Do it.
I'll be a dwarf.
We got 3 dwarves.
I'll
We
be
got 3 dwarves, Danielle.
I will be a dwarf, okay?
Yes.
Alright, so who's gonna be a battle rager now?
So if we do a dwarf, I'm gonna be a fighter, and I'm gonna do my arcane archery.
Let's see.
Let's see. Race, dwarf, tool proficiencies. We can have all of the dwarf proficiencies. Smithing, brewing, and masonry.
Let's see. Use the character mancer.
That might not be a good idea if that's all.
We
any
should,
of,
we should all be brewers.
just a bunch of drunkards out on the road. We're gonna
So you realize though that being dwarves from Icewind Dale, we're basically gonna have to be neutral good.
That's fine. I want to play a good character. Actually, I want to play a lawful good character.
You could be lawful good. It's just that the dwarves are good
Yes.
in Icewind Dale.
We specifically need to not rip goblins apart.
What's that, Jeff?
Actually, you are encouraged to rip goblins apart if you're a dwarf. They
Rip-
laugh as they stomp them to pieces and roll over them with spiked giant wheels and things.
It's true. It's true. You
They love it.
Sean, you really need to read the Crystal Shard.
God damn it! How are we supposed to be a good party if we're okay with like goblin genocide?
Goblins
Because
are the ancestral enemy of dwarves.
yeah,
I kind of want to play a goblin with the dwarf party now.
So if you wanna smash them into pulp and turn them into goblin popsicles, you sure can. And you are not violating your alignment.
so for tool proficiencies, then I'll take Smith's tools.
I picked brewer. I encourage everyone to pick brewer.
There are secrets.
So there's hill dwarf and mountain dwarf.
I only have Hill Dwarf.
You could have both.
Mountain dwarf should be in there.
I only see Hill Dwarf.
Let's see. What is a strength class? Barbarian, fighter. Can monks be strengthy? Or are they just dexy?
Dexy.
always start from level 1.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
You're specifically going to play an archer fighter, right, Scott? You're not going to get
Yeah.
into melee?
Nope. I'm range.
Okay.
Yeah, it says dwarf. That's all it has.
Yeah.
Dwarf.
I'll be a Hill Dwarf.
I have picked mountain dwarf because I had that option. It feels like mountain Icewind Dale. Icewind Dale is mountainous, right?
No. Well,
Oh,
yes.
There
but,
is a mountain, but it's mostly tundra,
Yeah.
flat, plain.
So I will be fighter. So for my proficiencies,
I have the book in front of me now.
yeah.
I was like, in the back of my mind, I was thinking it's like, I've got to buy the book and the module, but now that it's like, I'm going to be referring to the book a lot. I
Oh,
have a
dude,
feeling.
it's like there is no beating having the book in front of you.
Instead of trying to like thumb through a bunch of like tabs.
Yeah. So what are your skill proficiencies that you're choosing?
From a dwarf?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I feel like I should take athletics for archery.
I think
And-
athletics or acrobatics is going to be a good pick. I'm kind of bouncing between fighter and paladin right now, and more of a melee fighter.
Mhm.
But I don't want to step on your toes too much.
So I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing a archer fighter with my skill proficiencies are in athletics and insight.
Do we have a bard?
No, not so. Well, so far you and me are the only two that have committed to something. So
Oh, I'm pretty committed to Druid.
Druid. Oh, okay, okay.
Brett, what are you doing? Are you barding? Or are you?
You don't have to bard if you don't want to.
You don't have to.
But you can bard if you want.
I was thinking either cleric or paladin.
We probably could use a healer.
I was thinking cleric maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, do a cleric.
But don't pick any healing spells.
No picking any.
Battle
choose-
cleric.
If you choose the grave domain, you don't have to.
If you choose the fire domain, you don't have to either.
That's true.
Okay, I'll be right back to get dinner.
Okay, I'm looking at bard now. I feel like we need somebody. When I think about class balance, I don't think healer, tank, DPS. I think we need somebody that can talk. We need somebody that is smart, and we need somebody that is. Actually, we need a talker and a smarter. That's it. Those are the most important things. We need somebody who can investigate things, and we need somebody who can get us out of talking problems.
Right. So that's where I was thinking with my fighter, since I'm not a melee character. I was thinking about doing something like I'll go for a dex int build on it, so I'm good with a bow and I can talk, kind of thing.
Alex.
Dex int would be you're good with a bow and you can investigate.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is? Has anybody played a cleric before?
I played all varieties of cleric.
I've
What
done.
what are your what are your skills for that? Like, what is your magic cast off of?
Wisdom.
Constitution, wisdom. Okay, then I will definitely be a hill dwarf.
Headphones gonna die.
Here's the thing for game settings, map settings, token settings, dynamic lighting.
So, alright, so I don't know if you're looking at any maps yet. Sometimes you may see a transparent token that you can't do anything with. If you're on the objects and tokens layer, you won't be able to do anything with those specific tokens until you go to the GM layer, to where then you can select it and then you can move it to the objects and token layer so we can see it. That helps you out, so all of the combat tokens are probably already placed on maps, and all you have to do is flip them to being visible on the correct layer for us.
Okay, cool.
So, alright, you're the DM, Jeff. How do you want us to handle our ability scores? Are we going to do a point buy, or are we going to do a standard array?
Or random everything.
It's
No,
completely
we're not
your
gonna
call.
do we're not gonna do random everything. It's not gonna work. I like to point buy.
Yeah? Okay.
I mean, just me personally.
Point buy is good.
Well, you kind of have some like say over what way that it goes. I don't like standard array. Just don't.
It's weird because I kind of thought you would.
That's the one where you have like 10, 11. Like,
Yeah,
and
you have
yeah.
a set 6 numbers, and you assign those 6 numbers to each to a stat.
That's what we usually do, isn't it?
No, well, we've always done. I did point buy in my. Well, it was Sean's game when we started, so I think you did point buy, Sean.
I don't give a fuck. Do what you do.
Yeah, let's just do point buy.
Like, you can point by your way into standard array, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. So I need to worry about.
bagpipes. I'm looking at being a bard right now, since we don't have one. Brett, what kind of cleric are you? Are you a melee cleric or are you a ranged cleric?
I'm thinking I want to do melee combat since I was the sorcerer last time. I want to get up and start hitting things.
Okay. Is druid a melee thing? I guess we can ask Dee when she gets back.
Yeah.
Is druid?
Yeah.
Don't they do a lot of conjuring and nature spells?
I think so.
I think they conjure things to fight for them from the wild. Let's see. Yeah, they control.
There's a macro for rolling secrets. So, if you guys are all going to be dwarves from the dwarf
From
town
the
of Mithril
dwarven
Hall,
halls. Yeah.
do we really want to do secrets that are designed to foment mistrust among party members, creating an
Absolutely.
atmosphere of suspicion and
Absolutely.
paranoia?
That's up to you, Jeff.
Yes. We want that.
I kind of feel like some of them don't really fit with everyone being from the same place, but there's a couple of notable ones that would be really interesting to see how they play out. Like, think about that while you guys are doing this.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Oh shit. No, that's wrong. You
Don't have to be wise. I can be smart.
That needs to be that needs to be
One of the secrets is Drizzt fan.
Is what?
Drizzt fan. No strings attached.
that's funny.
Just you just have a admiration for Drizzt and his legend.
That's
Hell
actually
Thing about
like,
Drizzt.
like
Hell
one
yeah.
of one of the characters that I was like thinking about. I was thinking about like he came to the 10 Towns because of the legend of Drizzt.
Following his footsteps.
I've got like a Dritz shirt, specially handcrafted.
Yeah. He has his exact leather armor. It's just he's a dwarf.
Hey, could I skill proficiency in animal handling or survival?
What was the first option?
Animal handling.
Do you have pets as a druid?
You can.
Are you a casty druid or a melee druid? Or
I mean, a lot of druids are casty.
yeah, but are you?
Yeah, I'll probably go more on the casty route.
Okay. So I'm asking because I want to make sure that we're not all in melee.
Yeah, that's why I was leaning that way.
So which one are you gonna pick?
I would. Let's go with animal handling.
Okay.
I love it when you get to spells with the melee class. The arcane is a mystery to you. So now I get to come up with a name. Excellent. I'm excited about playing this arcane archer once we get to 3rd level. For now, I'm just a regular dwarf fighter.
That's how I feel. I don't get anything I don't get to specialize until level 3 as a bard.
Yeah, that's most classes.
Level 1, you were like learning to put on your adventure pants.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting about druids is that you don't prepare spells, you just like have spells that you know.
They're just kind of like a cantrip, basically.
Well, there's like a list of spells for each level, and it says, you get so many spells picked from the list, and those are the spells that you know to do. There's no preparation for it, you just know how to do those spells. It's more inherently magical type.
So it's like a wild magic table almost?
I don't know what that is, so I don't know how to answer that.
Oh.
You don't change. You can gain more spells in that level, but and you can still only do so many spells a day, but you don't prepare a spell.
So that says that there's a macro. The secrets.
You are made from metal.
Bard has so many fucking spells. I don't want to be a bard.
So we have so how many of us are dwarves at this point?
All of us.
All of us.
All of us.
So we need to, are we all from the same clan or are we from different clans?
I like
Probably
the
it's
same
towards same.
clan.
You like the same clan?
I like the idea of it. It gives us a reason to save each other's lives.
Okay. So
I see.
I've got a list. I've got like a table of dwarven clans from Xanthars here. I'm gonna roll for it. I'm gonna roll for it and see if you guys like the name. So we have 43, which comes out to be we are from Clan Glanhig.
Glanhig.
Glenn.
Glanhig.
Got to say, I don't love it.
All right, roll
Take
again.
another one.
85. We are from Clan Strongheart.
I like it better.
It's better.
That's better.
Might be a
Frostbeard?
bit too on the nose.
Frostbeard, I like that.
Frostbeard's cool.
We have to
So
be
now-
unanimous for the clan name.
I mean, Frostbeard kind of makes sense, but
Be Clan Battlehammer.
That is true. We could be Clan Battlehammer.
I don't.
That's where you're coming from.
I don't feel like my druid is very happy about Battlehammer.
Okay, well let's be Frostbeard then.
Would the druid
you
be
don't
happy
have-
about Frostbeard?
Yeah,
She
she's
wants
cool with it.
she wants to bring back nature, right?
Well, yeah, and there can be cold in nature, but this is unnaturally cold.
Okay.
I assume
You
this
don't have
place
to
is
be
still
from Mithril Hall
chilly.
either.
Yeah, I don't think we are from Mithril Hall.
You guys could be from a different dwarven hall from the south, and you've, answered the call from Mithril Hall for assistance, because they are affected as well.
I like that idea. So Mithril Hall has put out the summons for people from other clans to send out parties, and we could be one of those parties that are that are on the search for dealing with the issue going
There,
on.
water. Get water.
I do like that idea. And we're from Clan Frostbeard.
I've changed my mind from bard. I'm doing a paladin, since they are also charisma people.
Charisma casters are always good.
Okay, so the macro is not. It doesn't work. It's broken.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this knight background, and it says you have the service of 3 retainers loyal to your family. How do you feel about role playing all 3 of my retainers before I pick this?
Would have 3 retainers with you.
They're retainers that perform mundane tasks, but they don't fight, and they won't follow me into obviously dangerous areas. And if I abuse them, they'll leave.
Would asking them to go out into the frozen tundra? Well, I mean, hey, yeah, no, it's fine. You can manage that.
Okay. I don't think that I would bring them out into the adventuring world. They would be isolated to towns.
Okay.
And maybe like I have 3 of them, and you said there's 10 towns. We'll roll a dice when I get to the town and see if one of my retainers is there.
Okay. And just pick them up along the way.
Yeah,
Alright.
and be like,
So
go get us a room at a hotel or something.
So how about this? Since we are a level 1 dwarven party, we're not some, battle-hardened adventuring party that has answered the call. We're a greenhorn party that is trying to make our name by solving this mystery.
I mean, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Was it?
We're basically a greenhorn party from the Frostbeard clan that has answered the call from the Mithril Hall to
Mhm.
try to figure out what's going on in the 10 towns in Icewind
Okay.
more or less. So that kind of puts also into perspective the overall age of us as dwarves, because dwarves can live to be like 300 or 400 years old.
So with that in mind, I wouldn't want to be a knight, because a knight to me means they're more traveled and more experienced.
You could be fresh off the line. Someone's got, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah. I'm playing with it. We'll see. I'm disliking knight from that perspective.
Okay. I figured out a workaround for the secrets thing.
So I'm gonna list my age as around 100 years old. A baby in
Dwarves are
terms
pretty
of
long-lived.
dwarves. Yeah.
A baby dwarf. Only 100.
I'm gonna be 4'8".
Whoever finishes first, we can do the secret hook. Character secrets. And it says have them randomly select, so we're just gonna do a 1d17.
We each roll one.
Yeah. So whenever you guys are finished.
Sure.
Did it 4. Gimme.
Let's see.
I've changed my background to noble. My bond is the common folk must see me as a hero of the people, which would explain why I'm doing this quest. But
It didn't have me do any of the bond stuff.
Have you gotten to the background stuff yet?
All I had was custom for background.
That's interesting. Did
Yeah.
you pick, what did you pick for your background?
I couldn't pick anything. It was custom, and I would have to create something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's got to be something wrong with your browser or something. Because like I can see you should have access to all the PHP stuff.
Maybe that's why I couldn't see Mountain Dwarf.
That's what I'm thinking.
It was at the bottom of that.
Yeah, no, all I had for background, because I didn't choose a background, so because I was just gonna fill something out.
Like that, Sean?
Oh, you
Gonna
sent
see
it
in
there.
Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
What-
got a card, but it doesn't give me the option to share it directly with him.
So Jeff, do I need to roll something then? I finished with my character.
I love that,
Go for
Jeff. That is awesome.
What do I need to roll?
Okay. 1d17.
11.
Let's see. Ooh. What?
I want to see whatever that is now.
Know if that
I don't know if that works.
fits with the. So you can re-roll if you don't like that one. 11
Yeah,
is a
no, let's-
negative.
What are these? What are we rolling for?
These are secrets. So these are things. It says secrets that will designed to foment mistrust among the party members, creating an atmosphere of suspicion and paranoia that is appropriate for the setting. They're not all like that one though.
Give me another one.
You're a group of dwarves. You're not going to be a pirate king.
Yes, he's a pirate king. His mama's.
No, not a king, a cannibal.
Oh, pirate cannibal? You only eat pirates?
You rolled a 12.
So I'll roll again. I rolled the same thing again.
That's what
Roll
it
again,
is.
dude.
That's what it's meant to be.
All right, I got an 8.
Barbarian heir. Actually, it even says on there, you must be human, half elf, or half orc to have the secret. If you don't meet this requirement, draw a different card.
Jeff, give me the 8.
8. Okay.
We're doing point buy for abilities.
Yes. Okay, I like that one.
D, did you roll again?
What? I don't know what we're doing. So I rolled
We're
once.
so we're picking secrets. They're like little special kind of plot hooks. They can either be like little side things that happen during the adventure at a random time, or something special that you might encounter along the way, or a secret that makes the other characters act differently towards you. There's like 17 different ones.
Well, I rolled a 12.
So 12 is one that requires you to be human, half elf, or half orc. So that's a no-go, unless you want to be like a. You could be the single dwarven here.
9.
9. Alright, I am sending that to you in Discord. So that's your little special thing. If you want it. You don't have to pick that. Actually, it says that you can freely choose another secret.
You can just
Some secrets are benign, others not so much. Like Pirate Cannibal.
You should be a pirate cannibal.
The one time he ever stepped foot on a ship, that's what happened. Vowed never to go on a ship ever again.
They the pirates fed him something. He wasn't sure what it was, but he developed a taste for it. And he's like, what did I just eat? Oh, you ate the skipper.
I can dig it.
Like meat.
It's like, I didn't know I like people meat.
It's hey. It's okay. He was an elf. It's not really cannibalism.
Elves aren't people.
Yeah, not a very good fit. Are you happy with that, Davey?
So,
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
So Jeff, I've already. Shit, did I already close? Okay, I didn't close my point buy. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste that there. Jeff, delete my sheet and create me a new character sheet. Just so I don't have some fucked up thing going on with this sheet.
Just in case. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see.
because I had no options for any of the like additional stuff that like Sean and everybody else could see.
There was a ball of salt trapped in one of the crooks. It crunched when I bit it.
Ew.
Oh shit! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which one are you, Scott?
Well, I am
Nordak.
Nordak Flintmane.
Right. How do I edit? Delete.
Yeah, you can just right click delete.
I'm actually going to use my little secret thing to influence one of the languages I can speak.
Yes.
Alright.
Scott, why are...
Hello.
Happen?
Scott's here.
When you showed it to when you show it to everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
So I need you to give me access. There we go. Use the character mancer. Okay. Choose a race. A dwarf.
Were you gonna roll a secret? Are you still working on your character?
See, I still only see Hill Dwarf as far as sub race goes.
Yeah, that's all it gave me.
Okay.
I don't think there's much of a distinction.
I'm gonna click on your character sheet, Scott. Never mind, I can't access it. I was gonna see if I could open it up and see him.
Well, this time I can only choose Acolyte as a background.
That's all it gave me too. I'm wondering if it has something to do with maybe the stuff we bought or the level of access we have.
Who knows?
Hold on, let me go check.
I have a whole list of things. They're all player's handbook.
I don't even have that. I have SRD for fighter, I guess for dwarf, and the subclass. Yeah, I don't have PHP stuff. I only have SRD
Yeah.
stuff.
All I have is SRD stuff.
Wonder why.
Do a refresh.
You want me to do a refresh?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just close you, exit game.
And your companion.
Oh, I see the problem.
What's up?
What?
Hold on. Not Jeff's game. Because I'm not paying for it, I can only share it with one game.
Oh.
So I'm
Wait.
removing it from all the other games,
Oh,
one at a
Yeah.
time, as it goes through the list of the games that I've assigned it to.
assigned what to?
My compendium sharing.
Oh, yeah, you should pull it from my no longer existing game.
Well, I pulled it from your game, and then I pulled it from Jeff's game, and then I pulled it from the 5e game, or the 5e character game, and now I'm on Rime of the Frosty Maiden, and you should have it.
Okay, let's see. We'll try again. Launch character 1 level answer.
The heck is that? Is that me?
I still only have SRD stuff. Actually, let me refresh now that you've.
Did I refresh mine too?
You should, maybe?
Refresh.
Okay, it should be good now. I've refreshed multiple times, and it's there.
Oh, well, actually, it just gave me a thing that said reading core rule books.
That's good.
Try it one more time.
This is why you do session 0.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just being
There,
just getting a feel
there
for
we
how
go.
it is.
There we go. Now I have everything.
Can you imagine? We go to all the trouble of having me buy the game and Jeff doing the refund, and then I don't actually activate anything for y'all.
Whoops.
Asshole.
I'm gonna spend a lot of time this coming week just fiddling around with this.
I've finished my Paladin, Gimdar, Glonhorent.
Longhorn.
And the name was procured from an auto dwarf name generator.
It's good.
All right. So
Glim-
I will choose fighter.
Imdar.
Skill proficiencies was athletics and insight. Ability score. Yeah, because when I had the ability score, all I could do was custom, so I had to put everything in. But now I can do this. Of
Now I have stuff too.
that.
So are we doing mountain dwarfs?
Gimme.
What now?
I picked Hill just
That
because
makes
it
more sense for me.
gives me a wisdom bonus.
All right, now I can choose my background.
Are we all going with a similar background, or are we picking different backgrounds?
For my background, I'm going to choose Guild Artisan because I'm going to work towards my archery thing. So I'm going to focus on kind of doing my elemental arrows kind of thing.
I picked Noble because as a paladin, everyone should listen to what I have to say.
Oh, this is good. It actually gives me more skill proficiencies with the updated stuff.
Yeah. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I was like, hey, animal handling is already selected on here, and nature.
All right, for my language proficiencies, you think I should pick up Goblin as a secondary because, you know, we hate goblins so much that we want to be able to understand them?
I did that.
What's that?
I would not be surprised if we all knew Goblin and we were like a goblin hunting party.
I chose Orc and Elvish because I figured I came across elves.
That's good for a druid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because do you meet a lot of dwarf druids?
I mean, they're a good race to play druids.
I ask because if it's unusual for a dwarf to be a druid, it makes sense for like if a dwarf decided to go down that path. Fantasy wise, I feel like elves are mostly the druids, and it makes sense to like want to know more about them to like learn druidism.
Yeah, I'm sure I met them on my druidic studies.
Where did you study druidism?
The forest.
The Forest in Icewind Dale.
The Forest in Icewind Dale and the Academy in one of the 10 towns has an exchange program.
Well, we could pick any of the dwarven holds from down south.
Yeah, what you got like a short list of them or something? I don't remember any of the names, to be honest, outside of the Mithril Hall. So my personality traits I chose is I like to talk at length about my profession, which is arrow making. And also I'm well known for my work, and I want to make sure everybody appreciates it. I'm always taken aback when people haven't heard of me.
Excellent. I feel like every conversation is going to be like, you know who I am, right?
And my ideal is going to be aspiration. I work hard to be the best there is at my craft of arrow making.
What is your flaw?
You mean I haven't gotten there yet. I'm about to do my bond,
Okay.
which is I owe my guild a great debt for forging me into the person I am today. But my flaw is, what do we have here? I'm horribly jealous of anyone who can outshine my handiwork.
My flaw is, in fact, the world does revolve around me.
There's a second sentence for mine.
Oh, boy.
Everywhere I go, I'm always surrounded by rivals.
Excellent. Icewind Dale is home to like an arrow making monopoly. All the greatest arrow makers in the world all went to Icewind Dale.
Did you guys just choose class equipment for your starting gear?
Yeah. I think in Icewind Dale, or I think in this campaign, we start with some frost stuff, like a jacket and snowshoes or something.
Okay. I'll take leather armor, longbow and arrows. I'll take a shield and a short sword as backup. I will take a light crossbow and some crossbow bolts and an explorer's pack. As
So
well as... Go ahead, D. Sorry.
for my personality stuff, I'm gonna be like super communal type, and so my personality traits are I can find common ground between the fiercest enemies, empathizing with them and always working towards peace, and I am tolerant of other faiths and respect the worship of the other gods. My ideal is charity. I always try and help those in need, no matter what the personal cost. Bond, I do everything for common people. And flaw is my piety sometimes lead me to blindly trust those that profess faith in my god.
All I'm hearing is we should have goblins that are druids that you run into. And they all profess that they
I like how
follow yours.
I like how you constantly try to make it as hard as possible for the party.
If it's not difficult, there's no drama. And goblin shamans are really just druids.
Should probably get a ranged weapon.
Okay, so my character name is Nordak Flintmane.
Ordak.
I am 4 feet tall.
I just put short.
My weight is 180 pounds.
I put chonky.
Short and chunky.
Chonk. Call him Chonk.
I put my eyes were squinty. My skin is rosy from the cold. I like that it's more than just a drop down.
And here we go. Character built. Nordak Flintmane.
Chonk.
So knowing that now I am a bowyer who has answered the call from the Mithril Hall, I want to basically, as Nordak Flintmane, prove the worth of my product and my skill set that it can get the job done, basically. And I will talk to anybody who will listen to me about arrow making.
So part of the reason you're here
Effort
is
to
you want
learn
to prove
more
your
about it.
arrows are the answer to this problem.
Yes. Jeff, what did you post in here? So-
Just a couple ideas. Those are like the major dwarven cities on the Sword Coast.
Okay, we could be from any one of those, really. I'm
Any
fine with.
combination even.
Yeah, just yeah, we kind of all met up, but we know each other. We've worked together in the past on stuff. Felbar. Felbar sounds familiar. I think I read that in my Sword Coast Adventures guide.
We should absolutely be from a citadel.
You want to be from? All right, so
I'm assuming the
Citadel-
nobles would be at a citadel.
So, do you want to be at Citadel Felbar or Citadel Adbar?
I know nothing about either except for their names.
Just choose one.
So
What do you? How about you, D, and you, Brett? Any of those names that? Just we can pick one. I really don't care.
Let me go back.
One more time.
Oh, just one of the dwarven cities that Jeff posted in the chat. We can just kind of go from one of those.
Doesn't make that big of a difference either way.
Yeah. I'm fine with any of them.
Sundabar?
Sundabar, sounds good to me.
Zundabar.
Wunderbar.
Sundabar.
Sundabar it is. We are from Sundabar.
Wunderbar. Ooh. Druid cantrip create bonfire. That can be very useful.
That would be very helpful.
Just like
in
fire
this,
everywhere. Are you going to be a druid of the kind of druid that burns down everything?
But there's also produce flame, but we're just going to do.
Like, there's a druid of forest fires, and you should do that. I'll be right back.
All right. While you do that, I'm going to type up my backstory.
Okay, I've got my background filled out, I think. I'm a hermit. I chose a life of seclusion because I was searching for spiritual enlightenment. My personality traits are I am utterly serene, even in the face of disaster. I often get lost in my own thoughts and contemplation, becoming oblivious to my surroundings. Ideals, greater good, bond. My isolation gave me great insight into a great evil that only I can destroy. And flaw, now that I've returned to the world, I enjoy its delights a little too much.
Ooh, dipping a little too deep there.
Do y'all want me to cure wounds? Or healing word? Two things.
You know,
I'm
it might not.
cleric.
Oh, you're your life cleric? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't need to focus on any kind of healing if you don't want to.
Still be
Yeah,
like the
I
pocket
can
healer.
go straight into the healing since I chose cleric.
Know that one of the
So-
things that you can do as a druid is you can do the good berry.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the things I can choose from.
Oh, good berries.
Is that not an option for you?
It's an option for a spell.
Oh, sorry.
And it's cantrips I went with Great Bonfire and Dormant. And then
Create
Level
bonfire
one so
probably is
far.
helpful.
level 1, I want to do both animal friendship and beast bond because they can be used together. Eat or destroy water might be useful because then we can kind of freeze people in their space depending on how cold things are. Or maybe not.
No, that's
You could
good.
just create water and a bonfire and make saunas for us.
All right, so my very simple backstory is going to be that Nordak was an arrow maker living in Sundabar. The Muthbor Hall in Icewind Dale has called forth help from various other dwarven halls, and Nordak has answered that call to help his dwarven brethren, as well as show off that his arrows are worth more than their salt as they solve the mysteries to the north.
I love it. I'll go next. Gimdar Glunhorut is on vacation from Sundabar. It's a forced vacation. His father has sent him away. and he is there to prove to the common folk that he is a hero, and that he can be trusted to deal with problems. But he's a cocky bastard, so we'll see how that goes.
I like it.
And and for you, Jeff, I tried to tie my secret into that. If you were paying attention.
Fun.
I didn't tie my secret in, but I'll make it. I'm going to make it work, and I already have an idea.
I haven't written it down though. If you're looking at my bio.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to find it so I could read that through it.
The part that relates to I'll just say it one more time. I'm a noble. I've been sent on a forced vacation to Icewind Dale by Daddy Dearest to prove myself to be the hero that I think I am. And I'm a cocky bastard. The forced vacation part is, I think, what you need.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So I think the way I'm gonna do it is gonna write stuff down and then add it into Roll20 at the end. At least until I'm a little bit more down with where everything is, and
I did not have much luck keeping notes in Roll20. Personally, I wrote everything down.
I did too.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do general notes here, like more detail, and then put things that might be more important, like at a glance for like GM notes.
Like for NPCs or whatever.
Yeah, like tie-ins and things like that. Like if there's an NCP that's tied into a secret or something, I'll put the secret, and then I'll put in parentheses the NPC's name, so that it'll remind me to do the hook. Brett, I want to roll a 1d17 to determine your secrets.
Let's see.
Your dirty little secret.
My dirty little secret is 4.
Roll again.
4.
Maybe one more time.
Oh, now it's thinking.
Calculating.
4 again.
Thought it gave me a 4 again.
Did it
You
really?
not?
No, I didn't.
The robot only knows 4.
It just hung up.
It's like, why are you asking? I've already told you twice.
Yeah. That seems to be its answer. It says rolling the dice, and then it's just sitting there.
It's delaying as a penalty. You're wasting my time.
Seriously, what the heck?
Mine is saying rolling the dice too. Gee, thanks, Roll20.
Hmm.
10.
Oh, did it?
Mine did.
I'm
That's
gonna
perfect.
hit. Okay. What was it? 10.
I'm gonna send it straight to you.
Okay.
There you go. If you like that. If you don't like it,
I love it.
and it
Yeah.
ties in with your background too. Alex just looked at me and said, "Dash, it's bedtime." Oh, it's Pokuyo time. No, it's not. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my kiddo in the. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Hidden. Shoot. I gotta start all the way over again. Hmm.
So most of the secrets are benign except for that one.
Well, don't tell us which one.
I'm not gonna tell you which one, but
That's the one that Brett got?
no,
Mm-mm.
didn't say that.
I want the non-benign one.
You want
I want the hardest one.
the really bad one. There actually is, and that's not the one, but there is one really bad one.
Did anyone get it?
No.
Okay.
Well, if anyone, yeah, I would want to know if someone got it.
Okay. Well, if someone didn't get it, I would love to take it on. Unless it's the pirate cannibal, and I cannot justify that.
Well, the worst one was Slod Host.
Oh.
The exact timing of the tadpole's birth is deliberately left vague. If that's the picture that you saw in that one where the thing busts through the chest.
That's a character killer then. Unless, like, the cleric is handy.
Any magic that can cure disease can end this threat provided the cure is administered before the slad tadpole bursts from the character's chest. It also does not say whether or not you are aware of it or not, so I guess you would that would be up to the DM to be like, as you sleep, you dream of cracking ribs.
So it's one of so if you got that secret, you would just roll and you wouldn't know it. You'd be like, okay, you've got one and I can't tell you what it is.
Hey, we're not streaming, are we?
We are.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna go down to Eddie's Trick Shop tomorrow or Tuesday because I have the next 2 days off, and I might go buy like a fake beard to wear while we play.
Do it.
Like that.
I wonder if
Gotta
they should have something.
I'll have something.
I don't know how much that stuff costs, but I'll buy one.
I mean, the two that I had were from Goodwill. They're like
Okay.
99 cents each.
Yeah, I'll probably pay $20 or $30 for one of these. But
$50. You want real hair.
if I could grow a full beard, I would. This is all I get. This is literally all I get.
Google dwarf beards on it, or well, go to Amazon and look up dwarf beards.
Yeah, but I don't. I feel like it won't be here in time if I do that.
Prime shipping, man.
Okay. So, do we have all the characters made?
I think we do.
I'm still clicking through things, but
That's what I just posted in chat what I want to do, Scott.
I had a friend who had one of those. I have a picture of me floating around somewhere. I like how they shittily photoshopped out the face because that was obviously on someone's head and they just cut around it.
Yep.
If you zoom in on it.
Put that general chat.
But I've worn one of those. They can get very warm very fast.
I mean, it's a winter warm mask.
And we are playing during the winter.
That is definitely Worf weird. And you can get it in all different colors, and there are different lengths
Yep.
that don't increase the cost.
I like the very, very long ones. The very long ones.
I'm looking at the yellow and the purple, and I'm like, But
One is only 15.
the red and black one looks fun, though.
It does.
Can you imagine going to Walmart with one of those on? Let's go waltz it in.
All right, I now officially have my character mapped out on. I store my characters this way as well
Twit.
on an actual D&D sheet.
Oh, nice.
That way I can pocket it, and if I ever need to play a character, I've got something.
Some of these have
I mean-
free prime shipping, but some don't.
I mean,
level 1, 12 hit points.
I have 11. I mean, I have my original sheet for Davril here.
Well, Brett, being a hermit, you're going to be right at home up in Icewind Dale.
that's right.
Sean, I have my original character sheet for Vesrin.
That guy died so horribly.
He did.
Good picture. What was that, Jeff? I said I like your picture, D.
Yeah, thanks. When we are kind. She got a little smush.
I can do things to the token.
You sure can.
Oh god.
Hmm.
Where'd Brett go?
Huh?
Oh, your video disappeared.
I disappeared.
You're totally gone.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
because I clicked on the wrong game to go back into.
Oh.
That would explain it.
Oh no, Brett.
Ah!
Oh man.
That's me.
The Frost Maiden. Who's her friend in the background?
Oh. A windswept mummy, it looks like.
Call him Old Smoky.
Mm. Okay. Maybe then. Yay. Okay. Good. I don't have to restart.
39:42.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Yeah, this stuff takes a while. I'm pretty much set up to go. I'll have to find something for my guy, in terms of like a token. I'll make a token for my guy.
Here. Don't like that it's not clear in these tabs whether I'm supposed to read this or not.
It is. It'll be so. It'll be contained within like another box, if that makes sense. Here, let me. I think I still have my original game.
Like this one says GM notes only available to GM. This one doesn't say that, and then at the bottom. So I'm assuming that if it says GM notes, that
Don't
means
read
that.
that.
Right. Okay.
Hang on.
If it doesn't say that, then that is a handout that I could show everyone.
So. Let's pull up Venture Shrine. So
Basically,
so Jeff, let me do this for you right here. All right. You'll see something like this.
am I
you'll see
looking for this?
Oh, I just posted in the D&D. You'll see something like this, right? You'll have a number, and you'll see kind of that little sidebar off to the left of the text. That, like, for example, for this module that I ran when we did the Hidden Shrine,
Right.
I would read the whole, this was apparently a large temple of some sort, once a major building, blah, 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 blah.
After
That's
reading the
stuff.
text above, reveal handout area 50/40 your players.
Yeah, you would read all of that to us, and then you would show us a handout, and then the Field of Rubble, all that stuff below is just for you. You don't tell us that. That's just to help you out for if we try to do some shenanigans. You can say like, oh, you try to mess with that pillar, but that pillar doesn't actually do anything.
Okay.
So as we move from room to room or area to area, you should have kind of a bulleted list of running down, where we're currently at, and you'll read the bigger text like that. Anytime you see like right off to the left of the text, you'll see that kind of line that just is all next to the text. That generally denotes the stuff that you read to us. It'll be bigger text, it'll be descriptive text, and it's just to kind of paint the scene.
Okay. This is just a poorly presented thing. I could easily see someone who was running for the first time just bumbling into this and just revealing all sorts of plot points.
So I kind of did that a little bit with this one because this was the first time for me. I had to read through this stuff like half a dozen times to get it down because they
I'll
don't
make a
really.
mental note to double check.
Yeah, they kind of don't.
Yeah, this one it's literally titled "Welcome to the Far North," and if I were to get past the second paragraph, I would be getting into major plot points.
Yeah, that's definitely stuff you
Nobody
don't read.
nobody should know.
Yeah. Also, reference your book. You've got your book in front of you, so it should tell you like read the players this. And then all of the other information on the page is for when we try to do something. Hey, I want to inspect the house. And you can, if you don't see anything about, the house, you can be like, yeah, you don't really find anything. It's nondescript.
We're basically through the Welcome to the Far North, because the end of that is character creation.
And we are 95% done with that.
So we can hit the
So-
ground running next Sunday.
Yeah, so we have a dwarven paladin, a dwarven archer, basically fighter, who will become an archer, a dwarven druid, and a dwarven life cleric. So, who's your god, Brett?
It's okay if it's me.
I'm still working on all this. I don't know yet.
No problem. So in the meantime, let's see. Starting town. Choose one of the 10 towns as the starting point for the adventure. It doesn't matter which one, so pick your favorite or roll randomly.
I have one I say we should start in, but
Which one? What is your suggestion?
my suggestion is Lonely Wood.
I like that. Okay.
Is there a dwarf specific
No.
starting one?
Not really. So we can be in Mayor Dualdon. We could do Mayor Dualdon. Actually, I'm sorry. That's the name of one of the lakes.
Biggest lake, right?
If there was a dwarf specific one, I would suggest it, but I don't
I
have a preference.
I thought Denishir was the large one because they were always fighting with Red Waters.
Maybe. I think you're right. I think there is one that is more predominant, but actually, no, that's not true. The dwarves typically just stick up in Mithril Hall. I don't think they really
do.
mingle a whole lot with. There is one city that's like at the foot of Mithril Hall that was barbarians. Or kind of the go between
So the
dwarves.
The only other two that I can remember outside of Lonely Wood is East Haven and Bryn Shander.
Some dwarves did live within the 10 towns. The majority stayed within their holds and underground halls.
Yeah. So is the game telling us that we do have to start in one of the 10 towns?
It's telling us to start in Bryn Shander
Okay.
with a number 2. That's actually a good one because one of the starting quests there is directly related to dwarves.
Excellent. Then we have chosen well.
But
Thank you,
that works.
Dice.
Because I actually did read all of Chapter 1 and a good bit of Chapter 2, so I remember most of these quests. Yay!
So does that mean we get to meet Duvessa?
Probably.
Guess we'll find out next week.
Oh, I can't look at people's character sheets.
Yes.
Gonna flip a coin for the other starting quests. So,
Wait a minute. You said it was Aurel who was the one that did this?
Yes.
I was looking at druid gods, or commonly worshipped gods
That
among
is-
druids.
That is one of
Yep.
that is one of them.
Yeah.
You want to be a
you
plant?
could pick her.
Well, she's evil, so no, I'm not gonna pick her.
Well, she's neutral evil, so she's not like. I mean, she can be reasoned with, right? Right?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't go after an evil. Probably go with Shanti, yeah. Earth, Mother.
So if I reveal something to everybody, does it reveal the GM notes too, or are they always invisible?
I think they're invisible because it is GM notes.
Running chapter 1.
Do we I'm sorry, what is your friend's name, D?
Taylor.
Taylor? Do we want to get Taylor in on this? I'm fine with it. If he can be consistent with showing up and the module can handle up to 6 players, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Send him a message, see if he's interested.
I don't know.
And then all you have to tell him is that he has to come up with a
Dwarf.
dwarf character.
A dwarf, not paladin, not fighter, not druid, not cleric.
Dwarf wizard. Dwarf sorcerer.
We need a smart.
dwarven
We need a smart
warlock.
player.
Dwarven warlock.
Oh shit! I could have been a warlock. That's a charisma class.
You could have made a pact with one of the evil dwarf gods. You'd be a secret warlock.
I would be a warlock pretending to be a paladin.
Act like your paladin powers are all
Your
perfectly god.
you could have been Moradin.
Don't know who that is.
Only the chief deity in the dwarven pantheon. Come on.
The best thing about not knowing anything about any of the lore is I'm not beholden to it.
That's true.
So I guess we'll assume that you guys are at least vaguely familiar with Icewind Dale's geography and landmarks.
Oh, you know I am.
Let's say that Mithril Hall sent out agents to get people up to speed. Ooh, is that
Alar.
gonna be your?
Oh.
Is he gonna be your deity?
No, he's chaotic evil.
He looks chaotic evil.
Let's see. The lesser deity of the hunt, evil lycanthropes, bestial savagery, and bloodlust.
Hmm.
So he's like the god over lycanthropy.
Oh, interesting.
Character. What you looking at, Brett?
I'm sorry.
What are you looking at?
Right now, I'm looking for average dwarf height.
Okay. Still fleshing it out.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just wondering.
Right now, I'm having trouble deciding between Shantia and Sylvanas.
I'll be right back. Got a screaming child.
I hear him.
Okay. The Earth Mother, Chantia, goddess of life and bounty, embodiment of all things, agrarian. Giant, beautiful woman, human woman. Appearance, anyway.
So the main difference is that Shantia is more agrarian, and Sylvanas is more wild.
She has a close relationship with Sylvanas. She's romantically involved with Lathander.
I didn't see that. I think Lathander might have been the one that might worship. Bam, bam.
Okay.
Wild nature. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Sylvanas.
Oh,
Cared greatly for maintaining a balance between growth, decay, water, and drought, fire, and ice. That's perfect.
Yeah.
The natural cycle of life. So that would definitely be applicable to the situation where ice has greatly overcome fire.
There is no balance.
Balance must be sustained.
20.
You have a deity, Scott?
I have not chosen one yet. If you would like me to choose one, I can.
You can if you want to.
Let's look up dwarven deities in 5e. See what we got.
Balcom Margado.
that was from the D&D dwarf name generator.
I like it. It's good.
Pretty good.
It'd be better if it loaded on my end.
Yeah, roll 20 like completely frozen.
Yeah,
That's
this
like
thing's been
super
hanging
tough.
up on me all night.
So who was your god again?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, I'm reading through the dwarven deities. Right now, it's looking like Baranar True Silver, maybe.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep reading though. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that because she's the deity of safety, truth, home, and healing.
You know what? I know who mine will be, Jeff.
Right on.
Doug Marin, Bright Mantle.
Ooh. Fancy.
Add him to my sheet. Oh yeah, now 20's hanging up.
Sean, who was your god?
I do not have one currently. I need to come up with one. I don't know that I need a god for paladin magic. I can make an oath to anything. I think.
You have to pick one.
Do I?
I think so, to get your divine magic. But you could still do the battle stuff. could do Morden.
A 10 hit points. That's scary.
Let me Google some dwarfs.
Morden is married to Bernard Truesilver.
Did someone already say Clangan Silverbeard?
That would be something very specific for someone to say.
The dwarf deity of battle.
We could have more than one person worship any of the gods. I mean, it's not like there's. It's like, ah, it's mine.
That's the thing about a deity. They got more than one worshiper.
Dibs.
Ooh, here's a
I
good
only
one.
I only chose the one I chose because it is a dwarven god of discovery and invention, and I'm always trying to make new types of arrows, kind of thing. I'm hoping for that inspiration, you know?
Yeah.
Let's roll 20. Roll 20. Come on now.
Actually, I'm going to pick Valkauna. Valkauna? The intermediate goddess of oaths, death, and birth. That feels very paladin-esque, since I have to make an oath.
Definitely does.
There was also one that was alcohol in battle, but there was a little chaotic bit in there that didn't seem right.
Where did you find her?
Wikipedia. Oh, sorry, not Wikipedia. This right here.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Are we doing anything else?
Right now, I'm just coming up because I'm writing my backstory.
Yeah, if you guys want to keep working on that, I could post a little intro sheet for Bryn Shander. You guys want to read that?
Put it in front of us before I start playing Valheim.
I mean, yeah, if you guys want to just keep working on that. Let me look in the book and see if there's something that I can read.
Language proficiency. Language proficiency.
You're definitely proficient in a language.
You are able to speak well.
You speak good now?
So, a couple of things to remember about the 10 towns. Magic is, or magical items at least, are scarce. So there's not a lot of magical things to be had in any of the 10 towns, just because they're so isolated and removed from the general flow of mercantile in general. The only thing that really comes to and goes from the 10 towns are shipments of ores from Mithril Hall and knucklehead trout bones. Or scrimshanding. So they make little carvings out of them.
What are the carvings for?
They're highly sought after by collectors. I think like decorations, and there's artisans that make things out of it, kind of like ivory.
Okay.
And that's actually the main reason that the Tin Towns exist, because it's 10 different towns that are all surrounding a series of large lakes, and this is the only place in all of the Sword Coast that those trout, they're called knucklehead trout, that they're found.
And they're important?
To rich people.
Excellent.
Yeah.
People love collecting them.
For some reason.
Why does anybody want an elephant tusk carved in, whatever, in the shape of a penis? Rich people love to spend money on nonsensical things.
Jeff, there is my dwarven archer for you.
Oh, perfect. It's fancy.
I'm kind of like go over to Hobbytown and get a little mini and paint him.
Good. And then we've
Maybe
got.
I'll print out a little one of mine.
We should totally do that. If I had a 3D printer, I would do that for every character I've ever made.
You should have you made a token of your character, D? You should go to Token Stamp and do that with that picture.
That'd be cool. Or player anyone's hero forge. Okay. Y'all wanna hear the backstory I wrote?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so my character is Gwynria Kindblade. And it says, Gwynria was an unconventional dwarven chief. Instead of burrowing into the rock, she spent her days wandering the hillside and playing with and learning about the animals she found. One day as she played, Gwynria met an elven druid, Savia. Savia was entranced by Gwynria's humble and inviting nature and began to teach her about the nature around her and the worship of Sylvanas. Gwynria's family was confused by her new interests, but began to recognize her magic abilities. Gwynria used her abilities to stoke the flames for smithing, find food, and promised she would only use her magic to keep the community safe. Gwynria has only experienced druidism through Savia and her associates and is naive about the wider world. To her, druidism is about acceptance and helping of others and is ignorant of the evils of the world beyond.
Right on.
Sounds good.
She's also only 98, so practically maybe.
We're about the same age.
Yeah.
I put myself as a flat 100. How about you, Sean?
I put 100-ish because
100-ish. I lost
Right.
count.
We're a young group.
it seemed unnecessary to keep count after that. I feel like I'd matured as much as I was going to.
He got tired of all those big numbers. Anything over 10.
Gimdar has a hard time counting above what's on his two hands.
Yep. I was thinking about getting another arm attached, but I decided not to go as a monk.
You about there, Brett?
I'm sorry.
Are you about there?
With a back, I'm done creating the character. I don't have a backstory yet. I'm probably gonna work on that over the week,
Okay.
or
Or spitball one right now.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
Okay.
Either or. I mean, either way is totally fine.
Hang on.
I guess the main thing to remember is we are dwarves. Here to help other dwarves.
And we're racist against goblins.
Yes. You are welcome to rip them into pieces all you want.
I'm gonna try real hard to be lawful good.
Again, that is totally okay to rip goblins and orcs into pieces. Literally, it's like one of the racial, it's just like a racial norm that if it's a goblin or an orc, it needs to die.
What if it was a half orc?
At the very least, they would be highly suspicious of a half orc. And it would be a very steep hill to ever overcome that, just given that they have orc blood at all.
Right.
So like with, Dritz, overcame that, so... And that's Drow, which is, I mean, almost equally as hated.
Even after Dritz saved the 10 towns from the crystal shard, all of the 10 townspeople except maybe some, like a couple of the mayors, were still like, we still don't trust him.
Yeah, they're on equal footing with the goblins, and it works. So killing them, no problem. What's the one thing that they do in the one book? They make they have literally like a giant iron wheel that's just got spikes on it, and they have like the hallway that's sloped. So when all the goblins start running up, they just let go of it, and it just smashes them like pancakes.
Jesus.
I like in the there's one scene in the Crystal Shard where the dwarves tunnel underneath I think a goblin camp, and they tunnel out and they just kill all of them in their sleep, and they go back to hiding.
Think Goblin Slayer. Like how he finds the little the room at the end in the first episode, and he's like, yep, even the babies.
The women and the children. Goblins are made weird in that show. Like,
How so?
they are spawned from people being... Yeah.
Are you talking about the whole, like, I won't say the word because we're streaming, but
Yeah.
how they that's normal goblin lore though. That's how they
Really?
procreate. Yeah, that's how they procreate.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's always been a
In-
thing with goblins.
In 5e,
No, not in 5e specifically, but in just like general like real world goblin lore.
no.
Which show are you talking about?
Goblin Slayer.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing to watch Goblin Slayer.
It's pretty great.
It's a really good show.
I just
he's a-
realized. Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this character is like the exact opposite of the character I made earlier today for another friend of mine's campaign. They only meet like once a month, and it's like its own world. But that character is a necromancer. He's very tall, or it's gender neutral, very tall and thin, and dislikes everyone that isn't the same race as him. Sort of orcish.
Sounds fun to play.
We'll see.
All right. I think Falcom I'm not going to get too specific into his background. I think his background is generally going to be he's always been, because he's calm and cool, that's one of his things. He's kind of always been a laid back guy. He loves life, loves everything. You know, just real simple, but he retreated to a life of solitude he wanted to find divine inspiration. And now he's emerged a cleric after
A new
spending,
sound.
I don't know.
He's
About
been divinely
75.
inspired.
He is a hermit.
Okay.
But
Sounds
he's
good.
a happy hermit, not
Yeah.
a grizzled "I hate you" hermit. But
No, he's a happy-go-lucky. Everything's cool kind of guy.
now that he has returned from his divine solitude, he's ready to get back out there and party in
That's right.
Icewind Dale.
Yeah, he getting back into the he's rediscovered his love of all things beer and hallucinogenic.
Okay. Loves alcohol and shrooms.
I'm gonna find snow shrooms, right?
We're definitely gonna find some kind of lichens or something for him to munch on.
He's and basically he's a persuasive, charismatic, kind of laid back, kind of. I'm picturing like a Matthew McConaughey type.
All right.
Yeah, kind of.
The hallucinogen part gives me a good way to hook that into your secret, so that's good.
Cool.
Okay, sweet. So that's all the characters then. How old is your character?
He is 142.
Okay.
You're the oldest of us all. Okay.
He's been in isolation for a long time.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's everybody then.
Excellent.
I'll let y'all know what Taylor says when he gets back with me. Like I said, he's probably
Okay.
on an airplane right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If I
Well,
am
I'm-
totally cool with an extra, with a 5-person party. It might make it more fun, you know. It's only a 10-level module, so it shouldn't take too terribly long.
Famous
See
last
where we
words.
go.
Well,
from
hold
there.
on.
Do you see what I did there? My 2-level module took us 3 months.
Yep.
Famous last words. What's the worst that could happen?
I'm excited. Balcom is gonna be fun. I've loaded him up on he's healing and support spells.
So
Will say everyone I told that I would talk to about it, and they're like, "So what are y'all playing?" I was like, "Rise of Tiamat." They're like, "What level? You've been on it how long?"
You took the scenic route.
wait for the last module,
Yeah.
or for the last campaign was loosely based on the Rise of Tiamat. I just
Yeah.
basically took you were eventually going to fight Tiamat, and I winged my own way through it the entire way.
Oh, I know. That's how I ended up explaining it. But I did like
Ah.
the look of like, what? You spent how long on Tiamat?
Still want to get that Funko.
Oh, Taylor actually
Um,
got it. The one with the dice.
Is it like it's the really big? I think I've seen it. It's the really big one, right? Like, it's super large. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have any. I don't have a Funko
it's-
for comparison.
So like the regular size ones are like this tall. The double size ones are like this tall. They're easily twice as tall, typically.
Oh, I've got one that it's Han Solo in the Millennium Falcon, and it's like that tall and like that wide. Huge.
They're the big boys. Cool.
Heck yeah.
I will work on coming up with all of the info that I'm supposed to give you guys in chapter 1, since we're going to be going to Bryn Shander, which is actually, I think, the most civilized of all of the Tin Towns.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
So it's not like there's a couple of them that are like you could barely even call them towns.
Well, that's Lonelywood. It's the smallest and newest of the towns. So
Yeah.
Bryn
But,
Shander and
Bremen.
Bremen is starts with a T.
Targos is also one too.
Yeah, Targos is one of the big ones.
I'm surprised that this book. There it is. I was gonna say there's got to be a map somewhere. Do I want to rip this map out though? I don't know.
Why don't you just take it
Find an image
to
of it.
yeah, or just take it to, like, a Staples and make a copy of it. I mean, you've got the module here. You should have it in your sidebar here, and you could just open it up and print it out or something.
Oh, sidebar. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing during the week. I'll be taking a closer look at all of this stuff over here, so I can get acclimated with where stuff is. It's a lot of player art handouts. Okay. Still don't see this map. Anyway, so yeah, a couple of them. Air Dualden is like one of the biggest lakes, and it's got
Mm-hmm.
Bremen,
Something like that.
Targos.
I'd have to
Bryn
look
Sh-
at.
Bryn Shander is the one in between all of them, so that's why it's the biggest one. It's like the
Hub Town.
right. So everything comes from the smaller towns to Bryn Shander. Yep, some of them are just little shitholes.
Why do you think Regis loved Lonelywood?
Well, because the people there were simple and there's a lot going on. So yeah, so that's where we're gonna be going.
Get your costumes ready for next week.
Perusing Amazon
Yes.
for something fun.
I mean,
Gonna go for-
Taylor responded once, but he hasn't said yes or no yet. So
Yeah, just let us. It's got a week.
Yeah.
He's mulling it over.
well, I accidentally said 8 p.m. Central. He said Central or Eastern. I said Eastern. LOL. Keep starting to type and then erasing, but I think he's just doing something wrong with his computer.
All right.